Christopher Columbus, hero or villain? Christopher Columbus, known for his pioneering voyages during the late 15th century, is a figure whose legacy has been debated extensively throughout history. The debate centers around whether he should be celebrated as a hero or vilified as a villain. Examining both perspectives sheds light on the complex nature of Columbus's impact on the world. Christopher Columbus is often hailed as a hero due to several significant reasons. His voyages marked a turning point in the age of discovery. Firstly, Columbus's exploration and discovery in 1492 were bold and visionary. He embarked on a daring journey across the Atlantic Ocean, ultimately reaching the Caribbean islands, specifically the Bahamas. Columbus's willingness to venture into the unknown and navigate uncharted waters was a remarkable feat during his time. His voyage is celebrated for its audacity and pioneering spirit, expanding European knowledge of the world. Furthermore, Columbus's arrival in the Americas is seen as a bridge between the Old World, Europe, and the New World, the Americas. His exploration initiated what is known as the Columbian Exchange, a transformative exchange of plants, animals, cultures, and ideas between Europe and the Americas. This exchange reshaped societies on both continents, marking the beginning of global interconnectedness and the sharing of diverse elements. Columbus's voyages also contributed to advancements in navigation and shipbuilding. The introduction of the caravel, a nimble sailing vessel, played a pivotal role in his expeditions. These technological innovations not only facilitated Columbus's journey, but also paved the way for future explorers and the broader age of exploration. Europeans were introduced to previously unknown foods like maize, potatoes, and tomatoes, which would later become staples in their diets. Additionally, the exchange of ideas, traditions, and art forms had a lasting impact on both continents, influencing art, music, and religious practices. Columbus's voyages marked the beginning of a global fusion of cultures. Critics, however, argue that Christopher Columbus's legacy is deeply tainted by his actions upon arrival in the Americas, leading to a darker perspective of his character. Upon reaching the Americas, Columbus and his crew engaged in the exploitation and enslavement of indigenous populations. Indigenous people were subjected to forced labor, violence, and the introduction of diseases brought from Europe. The mistreatment resulted in immense suffering and the loss of countless lives. Columbus's actions in this regard have led many to view him as a villain who perpetrated violence and cruelty upon the native inhabitants of the Americas. Furthermore, the arrival of Columbus and the subsequent colonization had devastating consequences for indigenous cultures. Diseases introduced by Europeans, such as smallpox, ravaged native populations that lacked immunity. Forced conversions to Christianity and cultural suppression eroded the rich traditions and civilizations of indigenous peoples, leading to a significant decline in their cultural heritage. Columbus's impact is seen as one that contributed to the suppression and eventual obliteration of indigenous cultures. Critics also argue that Columbus's discovery of the Americas misrepresented the accomplishments of indigenous peoples who had inhabited the continent for millennia. Indigenous civilizations, such as the Maya, Aztec, and Inca, had flourishing societies with advanced architecture, mathematics, and agriculture long before Columbus's arrival. The portrayal of Columbus as a hero often overlooks the achievements and contributions of these indigenous cultures. Moreover, Columbus's voyages are considered the early stages of European imperialism in the Americas. While his exploration opened doors to the New World, it also laid the groundwork for subsequent colonization, exploitation, and the transatlantic slave trade. This legacy of colonization left a lasting impact on the Americas, with far-reaching consequences for indigenous populations, including displacement, violence, and loss of autonomy. In conclusion, the debate over Christopher Columbus's legacy as a hero or a villain is multifaceted, reflecting the complexity of historical figures and events. Both perspectives offer valuable insights into the impact of Columbus's voyages on the world and its people. It's essential to consider these perspectives to gain a comprehensive understanding of this pivotal moment in history and the broader implications of European exploration and colonization.